Laz definitely seems like it's a lot faster now.
Yeah, Laz is a fucking joke. Where do we go? Up? Yeah. Up and then down.
Wait, do we have the... Oh, I need to go get the...
Oh, I'll go get it. You were watching when it did the extra lap, right, Bold?
Oh, I was there. That was... I'm stuck.
I ended up on the tree.
I see you.
Oh,
Imagine there was a chest up there the whole time.
secret chest?
I still swear there's one in here somewhere.
Like a hidden one somewhere.
There was in the first few. We were leveling.
Did I miss a chest? I feel like I did. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's weird that they randomly hid some and then they...
They just tapered off. Maybe there is one. Just very well hidden.
that nobody has found it. Not one person.
Oh, there's a, I'm about to pull in a tree.
Okay, we pulled.
Yeah, turn it, something, get this thing off me.
Where'd that archer go? Did we forget to pull both?
Yeah.
Cooldown. I was like, what?
Just a second. Oh, yeah, we can kill this guy.
What are we waiting on? Oh, shit.
I just need 1 second to get my taunt back.
Oh.
Stop now, though. The way everybody does damage, I have to have a taunt up for certain things.
Power.
What the?
Or not. Just, there we go.
Wait, what?
How's the spear at me? You didn't even attack me.
You knew what you were doing.
You didn't drop a bag, dude.
The bow is so underpowered. The bow is amazing. What do you mean? It does so much
Killing
fucking
everything,
damage.
Sean, or
Yeah, we should kill everything.
jumping?
Double pull?
Double pull?
Pulling this for you. Big damage. Big damage. Yeah, we are fucking pumping. Holy shit. No loot though. Fuck. Not one bag?
I didn't get one either.
Got nothing.
I'm gonna pull these two up here. I think the bow needs a velocity increase. I mean, there's a perk for that. how much damage the singles of the bow does. It needs to, I think it needs to be hard to hit, right? Like that's, you can crit people so
We're at the
hard.
half an hour mark in like a minute or two now, according to my coding.
You can literally crit like 10 fucking thousand with a bow, you know, like on the reg. So it needs to be relatively hard to land a heavy. Make sure you get this. Actually, we're not wiping. We're fine. Unless.
I got it.
I'm ready. Creeping recurve or whatever the hell it's called. 600 right here. Actually, wait. It's not that. Fuck. I'm not, my bow's so close. It was not there yet. Dang it. Such a tilter. Being so close.
Firevine?
Firevine's does not
Firevine,
exist.
please?
It's so rare.
Nah, you'll get Firevine right now. Wait, when you get Firevine, are you just going to stop doing this?
No,
Okay.
I want it all.
I want it all. I'm starting with a rend, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the big D right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. War pumping.
Run, holy shit.
Another rend.
Yeah, the Rens are stacked up on her. So I'm doing some as well.
Doing 5k heavy, dude. Without like empower or anything. You medium now, Bolt?
Huh?
You medium?
Yeah.
Sense.
I will be transferring to heavy soon. I want to try it.
No, I like it.
You want to try it for the faster rolls? Or
You know, melee mage.
melee mage? That's not bad. Why not?
I want to see it. Times.
I don't know if I'm safe here. I think I am.
Poison hurts
Yeah,
a lot. But I gotta keep pumping.
Hey, this rock's playable. The other one.
Not worth fine. Oh, no way.
Nothing.
Wait, victory. Hold on.
Blight seeds.
Blight seeds.
Nice.
God, those gloves, man. You're trolling me with this shit.
That was the worst loot ever. Well,
It's okay. This chest. Watch this chest. It's gonna be amazing.
we have a lot more orbs.
I got a to-do list. Holy fuck.
I got that Dex one in 599. Sad.
Wow. I've never seen those past 594, and it makes me mad. They never roll that high. I'm unlucky.
What's the third perk on that?
Luck? Yeah. Right? The masks, I think they're the same. Both the strength and the dex.
They're both luck.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have an orb. That was mine. You up, Mike?
How many win? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let me go to the bathroom.
Oh,
Ooh.
sorry.
TP in first?
Yeah.
Well, we did that in 30 minutes, I think.
It's like 35, yeah. Like as long as my coding.
How many more do we have?
Oh, we have none. One of you guys got to come to the entrance after this, because Cole doesn't
Yeah, I
have one,
can.
right? You got two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bold has
I
mine.
just- Oh wait, is there a way to check the rewards for this?
At the entrance.
All good.
Restroom a sec. It's the AFK.
My chat's bugged.
You see it?
Huh.
Watermark on my void gauntlet.
Oh, what is it? Let me see. Already?
We're flying.
What the hell? What I'm at.
And I'm good.
What I'm at.
I am good.
Oh, we're good? Okay. About to have 550 on the void gauntlet.
Yeah, like 526.
Don't have infood, int con. I don't know. All good. What do? I hate this fucking hive shit. Kind of tempted to put 5 pearls in
Your armor?
my armor after this one.
Good.
How much void bent do you use in war?
2.
Yeah, fucking put the pearls in.
2. Yeah.
You should already put the ones in that you weren't using.
Huh?
You should already put the pearls in on the ones you weren't using, right?
I guess. I don't know. I just haven't really thought about it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like we're going to war much anyway right now, right?
Yeah.
But my gear's going to be completely changed. As soon as I get my stupid trophies, I don't think I'm going to use any void bent.
Go full luck then.
Because I need to have perks for my musket, and I need to have perks for my void gauntlet. I need to make sure I have the one that reduces healing, and I need the orb one, which is the removes buffs or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Since you don't use your void gauntlet that much, you could try to find a void gauntlet with that perk on it. If that makes sense.
I like my void gauntlet perks, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, right now?
Yeah, it's crit chance and on crit gain fortify, which is really
You have
useful.
it out a lot or no? Like,
Yeah,
the void
yeah.
gauntlet?
Ow.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I mean, you have to have it out for your rotation, and one of those rotations is bound to crit. Also, we need some reses.
Yeah, that's right.
Tch. Oh god.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Right as the heal's going off.
Oh god.
I didn't expect the shaman to hit me from the back.
He went for that snipe. He's doing it again.
Yeah, he did.
No, he's not. What is he doing?
He's healing.
The tank.
Trying.
That's so funny. It's a big pull. Refreshing move is insane on Void Gauntlet. Oh,
I don't really go
shit.
for it. So much.
Because the cooldowns are so low and you crit and reduce them. Wow. I didn't think about that.
Doing it. You're dead.
Jesus. I hate that it fucking queues up abilities, man. I pushed that like ages ago. Oh my god. dumbass pull, dude.
So weird that like you're dead on my screen and my heal still goes off on your
I
like,
hate
dead
it.
body.
Yeah.
Like what?
Any idea how we can pull that a little easier?
All the archers on the left instantly.
Probably focus the ranged mobs. Kill the shaman first.
I got hit by the guy with the club like instantly and he killed me and then that's what like kind of like sent us downhill.
You good?
Honestly, the shaman fucks me up more than anything else. Just drag him, drag him.
Cool, yeah.
Somebody said in my chat that refreshing move on Void Gauntlet's insane. And that makes sense because your cooldowns refresh so fast, and if you're tossing dodges as well, that own.
Yeah.
That would actually own.
Oh my! I got combo. I'm trying to get one with like lifesteal, crit.
Damn, lots of loot. Go. Oh. Oh, refreshing evasion. Oh, okay. Refreshing move is the when you dodge or no, when you left. Yeah, you're right. When you're left or right click. Okay, that one. I mean, that's okay, I guess. Just depends on how you're using it. I don't know. Void Gauntlet seems good though overall. It's a cool weapon. Super unique. Power. Oh my god, whiff. Yo. Light dude.
Fire Vine, but not legendary.
Oh
What level?
583. Who
Oh.
wants it?
no, no.
Is it
Oh.
BOE?
No, I wish. My ring is at 587.
That's really good. What the fuck? You're about to get a
Yeah, we're
legendary
about
from
to-
here.
We're at the cap our ring.
Oh my god, big.
Is the rings that from here? Dude, that's so
No,
insane.
the last rings are better.
Still, but once you...
I know. Once it's max, it's gonna feel great.
I don't ever get rings.
600 green.
I don't think it's supposed to do that, by the way. The Void Gauntlet perk that removes limited time debuffs, it's not supposed to remove food buffs and shit. It just does right now. It's gonna be very useful for the time being, but it's not supposed to do that. But yeah, for the time being, you got it. Fucking use it. That's gonna own in war. Everybody losing their 40 con food would be just amazing. Just boom, health gone instantly. Oh, it reads that. It reads like that was. It's not like it's limited time buffs. It doesn't read like it reads that, you know, HP fucking overtime or fortify or anything that's like really, really limited That's what it's referring to. A 40-minute buff is not a limited buff. That's a buff. That's a big one. So it's not supposed to do that. They just fucked up and they didn't give it a timer. It should be anything under like 10 seconds. Hopefully they fix that soon though, because that would be really annoying. Like going to war and popping 40 con food to just lose it would be really annoying. So hopefully it gets fixed soon. But yeah, it's supposed to like wipe fortifies and empowers and all that shit. That's cool. Jesus Christ. These soldiers don't fuck around.
No.
Loot though. Getting spears. Where's the exterminator?
Oh.
How many mana pots do you have on you at a time, Chun?
100, but I don't really use them except for wars.
Got it.
You don't really use mana.
They're so cheap right now too. Like, if you actually need them, like they're less than a gold each.
Archer over here does not like me. Christ, I'm sorry.
I'm kind of stuck right now, so I don't know why. There we go.
XUC said you had the cutest cats ever. It's true.
Incinerate does so
True.
much damage, John.
That is very, very
I should
true.
probably switch for this dungeon.
Yeah,
Is he finally on, or has he been on?
Yeah, I should switch.
I
to
can't,
this
dude.
dungeon.
He literally streamed for
First only
24
games.
hours,
Definitely the play.
and then he just
Yeah, it's only like 15
Came over.
minutes off.
he ended up falling asleep for like 2 hours, but still, he lasted like a solid 3 to 4 hours before he fell asleep. I think it's
Kills you?
actually a long night. Everybody was over last night until like 3 a.m. I think, and they got there at 7. Loot? Oh. Oh. A legend? It's a blue. I'm colorblind. All good. Oh? Loot? Hey, it's a potion.
Oh, I'm blighted. Great.
That's fine.
Uh,
Oh, do we bring any?
I don't have a pot.
Oh no.
I have 3 on me.
I love how people come, dude. Twitch culture and like stream hopping is so fucking funny. Like someone says something on one stream and then everybody quickly like comes here, says some things, but before they even hear like a response from the streamer, they close it and go back. I love it.
Oh yeah.
XQC said you got a private jet at your house. Yeah, just parked, ready to go at all times. At all times, I got a runway and everything.
lot of damage. Holy
Okay.
shit.
You got loot? John, did you get loot?
No, I didn't. Sorry, I was talking about how much damage I did. I did get loot though, yeah.
Really?
Oh, I got a legendary.
What is it?
Oh,
No, stop.
that's not bad at all for me. That's sick. Remember those 480 pants I had that I've been looking to replace? The
Yeah.
helm I got? Yeah, that's huge.
Oh, right, because you use the helm and then you can just use that for
now
the
I just helm and
timing.
I use that now. Yep.
That sucks that it didn't, dude. That could have rolled so good,
I know.
man.
Oh my god.
We take it. We take it.
Ugh.
Beast ward.
It rolled 2 wards or whatever. That's so fucking dumb, man.
Beast
My
ward.
game crashed.
Beast ward.
Just watched Aspen Gold's 40-minute review of this. Really trying to decide if I want to try it or not. If you guys want, I could do like some weird like listen into the video and then I don't know, share my thoughts on Aspen's video. I heard it's a pretty good video. Like it's funny and it's a pretty good review overall. Let's see. I'll turn it on. I gotta lower the in-game audio though because it's just loud. Audio. Asmongold's New World review? My full review after playing 500 hours. 47 minutes.
Today is the day of reckoning. Today is the day of truth. And today is the day of justice. Today, I will be doing my official New World review. I want to take you through the adventures and the story of a man who's played this game. A man who's played this game for over 500 hours. A man who's leveled to 63 times. A man who has leveled professions up to 200, crafting 17,000 linen gloves. I'd like to talk about all of those things today. I'd like to talk about the highs, the lows, the goods, the bads, and also I'd also like to not talk about the things that I don't know. I haven't really done a lot of PvP in this game. So I want to preface this entire thing by saying that this is going to be primarily a gather.
Okay. This review won't be that good if he hasn't done PvP. But let's just tune in a little bit. That's the first 47 seconds he said he doesn't do PvP. If he doesn't do PvP, the review is not going to be that trustworthy. But at least he'll talk about the other aspects, which are, guess what? None.
Bring world building, PvE, dungeons, in-game character grind centric video. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about PvP because I don't fucking understand it that well. I don't play it that well. So what the fuck do I know? And I want to say a couple of things to preface this. I think that New World is a game that is in a terrible state but has a great foundation. And I think that the New World developers throughout the course of the month or so that the game's been live have actually improved a massive amount of things that the player base has wanted to see. Now, the New World team, I think in the past month, has communicated more with its player base than every other MMO put together has communicated with its player base in like a year. Now, I want to say with Final Fantasy hasn't needed to do that because there haven't been bugs in its game every fucking day. However, I do think that the New World team has done their absolute best to try and meet the players' expectations. That has been the downfall in some ways to what their goals have been. The development of New World has effectively been 3 different games. Originally, it was a survival-based action RPG with MMO elements.
True.
And this was back in the alpha of the game. Then after that got released and they did testing and they got feedback, they changed the way the game was supposed to be made. And they made the game much more of an MMO that's PvP centric. And as I think, honestly, my opinion of this is that after they saw what happened in Phase 2 in Classic WoW, they changed it to have a lot more of a PvE focus. And that brings us to the last year of development. So a lot of the PvE content that you're going to see is going to be...
Why is the music so loud in his video? Fuck, I can't focus.
Content that was created really in the past year. And I want to put all of that into context so you can understand the amount of time and effort that has gone into that and the amount of progress that has been made. For all of the people that are huge fans of New World, I am among you. Nobody plays 500 hours of a game that they hate. And I would just like to enjoy it a little bit more whenever I'm actually playing the mechanics. And today, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about all the positives, all of the negatives of the game. I want to go through examples of those things, and I want to show you all what the game really has to offer. This is my character, as you guys can see. I got 60 on my old server. I was the second person to hit level 60 on the server. I transferred over to this server recently. Turned out to be a huge fucking mistake because the entire thing's owned by purple and I'm green, but that's the way it goes. All right, let's start off really. Let's talk about the end-game progression loops. Now, in-game progression loops in New World are the worst in any real game that I've ever played before. So the reason why every single player is standing in this particular corner right here behind this tree is that
Fuck, I can't show you guys the video and play at the same time, and we're waiting for someone anyway.
by standing behind this tree, it causes the level 64 elite spawn to occur and spawn more frequently. And I want to explain why everybody here is actually in this position, why they're doing this. It's very simple. It's for something called the high watermark system. And the high watermark system is something that I hope the New World developers were high whenever they thought of. Basically, the way that it works is once you hit level 60, oh wait, the NPC
This is what we're doing,
spawned.
essentially.
So now we're going to go over here, and this is the combat loop to progression in New World. So I left-click this NPC multiple times while he runs around like a crackhead. It's actually not like a crackhead. He went into a T-pose because he got stunned in a position that he wasn't programmed into being stunned inside of. And after we killed the boss, I didn't get any loot or any sort of reward whatsoever because too many other people hit it, and I got nothing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move back behind the tree, and that way we can get another 200, another 2-minute respawn, I mean to say. Now, the high watermark system is, in my opinion, one of the worst in-game progression systems that's ever been conceived in an MMO before. At level 60, you begin with your watermark system at level 500. And then, as time goes on, you will loot pieces of gear, and as you loot a new piece of gear, it has a chance to watermark your prospective gear that you will loot in the future. So you are looting 500 pieces of gear until you loot a 200 piece of gear, or sorry, a 502 piece of gear.
The blues don't match.
And then you have a chance of looting a 504 piece of gear or a 503 piece of gear. So you have to do all of this up to 600. And I've done all of this.
I got a good idea. Yeah. Pop-out player. That's a great idea. Hold on. Actually, who cares about seeing the video, right? Does that really matter if it's in the corner? Like, who really cares? I mean, whoa. How would I do this? How would I just capture? I'll be honest, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Well, I guess I could. Do this, and then I gotta find a way to like zoom in or something. I don't quite know how I'm gonna do this actually. Can I like full screen and then tab to my game? Oh, that actually works.
It's up to 600. I have farmed my high watermark system all the way up to 600. So if anybody is going to say that this system is a cock in the ass, take it from the one who's been dealing with it for a fucking month. What you're stuck with, what you're doing here is you're just repeating the exact same content over and over. So the end game progression loop for people that are farming high watermark is to find a rare spawn that is not actively camped by too many players, and then to repeatedly kill that rare spawn ad nauseum. You just keep killing it for hours and hours and hours and hours and
the
hours.
video's
and
laggy
days
though.
and weeks and months, and eventually you'll finally get a legendary
That's the
item,
downside, but...
and then you'll be able to create these legendary items more often because your high watermark level will be higher. And this high watermark level is not just something that appeals or applies as a general number. This is something that applies for each individual slot. So if you have a high watermark level for your helmets, for your gloves, for your legs, for your chest piece. So you have to progress each and every single one of these up to level 600 and just higher and higher so you can get better rewards. Now, if you thought that was bad, it wasn't, because you have to do the exact same thing with weapons. And each individual weapon has its own unique watermark that you have to progress up to level 600. So not only do you have to loot a bunch of great axes or a bunch of weapons, but you have to loot a bunch of great axes. And you don't just have to loot a bunch of great axes, you have to loot a bunch of weapons that are great axes that happen to be high watermark upgrades, and then also hope that you'll get another high watermark upgrade after you loot those prospective axes. This system is probably the most repetitive and unfun in-game progression system that I've ever dealt with. And I don't really know why it's in the game. And I would like to say that I find it very funny that all of the complaints that I've had in this game were originally dismissed as me being a hater because everybody else that was complaining about me was level 25. If you make excuses for bad game design, what you get is a bad game. And a good example of that is the fact that we just killed this NPC again, and we got nothing. And it's okay, you know, you're not always gonna get a good one. Oh, look at this. Right, body blocking. So New World has had the genius idea of adding body blocking into all areas in the game. And so anyway, if you have a weapon out, you cannot have another player pass through you unless you're in a town. I can run towards you.
That's a good mechanic.
And this is done for the sake of immersion.
It's a good mechanic.
I think that the most immersive thing in the world is for me to be able to put away my weapon and then be able to transcend the mortal realm and walk right through people like a ghost. So you can actually avoid.
It's a very good
body
mechanic,
blocking,
actually.
But you have
He's
to.
He's saying like it's not, but it is. The body blocking
so I think that any
is a good
argument
mechanic.
For immersion in this case, in this situation, in this case, is just completely out the fucking window whenever that's on the table. I think that body blocking has an absolute place in the game in PvP situations.
Okay.
But I believe that in every single PvE situation this game presents, body blocking makes the game worse. It makes it less fun to play.
No.
It creates friction by trying to play with other people. And it makes players' participation in content actively work against other players' participation in the same content. The point is, and I'm going to take you guys through a few of the end game progression loops in the game, and I'll explain pretty much how these things work. So like this is one of the examples of farming for in-game items, and I just finished doing this, so I'm just going to leave this area, right? You guys have pretty much got the idea. You sit there in
creates
the corner
friction,
and you
literally.
kill this NPC,
yeah.
Forever.
I like the body
then
blocking.
At some point, you decide that you have something better
think it's
to
good.
do with your time. Are there any positives? You seem to only be talking about negatives. Yes, that's because I'm in the end game zones. So as a general rule, I think somebody used a picture. Maybe my editors can overlay the meme on top of the screen. Never would put this on YouTube, but somebody put a picture of it was a horse. And the back half of the horse was perfectly drawn. It looked like it was drawn by Salvador Dali, right? And then the first half of the horse, they were drawn by a 5-year-old. And then the head, I guess, was the end game, and that was drawn by a preschooler. And these people here are waiting, and this is very common in New World. They're queuing up effectively in this area, looking to go into this mine and farm out the chests. Because basically one of the main in-game progression loops inside of New World is looting chests. So the way this works is a chest spawns, and it's an elite chest. Usually they're guarded by elites. And in the process of this, you will loot these chests, and then they go on cooldown for 24 hours. And after the 24 hours are up, you loot the chest again. And that's the whole game. Now that we've begun the chest run, I'm going to go ahead and...
This is why I love body blocking. Because, like, look at this.
So
this mob moves a lot, but if you can create a good fucking circle around him, you could, like... You could strategize so he's not, like, fucking going crazy. Because if you don't do that, he bounces around... Oh,
the smartest AI in this game is the buffalo.
True.
The buffaloes in this game are smarter than any other AI in the entire game.
And
I'm not
the
kidding.
archers are
the
smart.
last boss in Genesis can spawn boulders that fall on the ground. And the last boss can also spawn the boulders on herself, and she can kill herself with her own boulders just by the nature of the way that the mechanic works. That's the last boss in the game, and arguably the hardest dungeon inside of the game. So we're going to go ahead and go to our first elite chest here. We've got these big boys here, and basically every single NPC in this game is repeated about 50 times. So if you look at this Scorchbane Taskmaster, if you've ever done the level 25 corruption portals, you'd be very familiar with him. He's the exact same. He's the same thing. The level 25 NPCs are the exact same as the
I don't know how to not make the video lag.
level 65 NPCs.
It's weird. It shouldn't be, but it is.
The same NPCs that you fight in the tutorial.
Oh, I think I know.
You will be fighting
actually
at level 60.
Hold on. I think I know how to make the video not lag. I might break the whole thing. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't know how to make the video not lag. Sorry, I thought I did. I don't. My bad. All good.
61 or level 60 out there in the open world. The peacocks, yes. So there are people that have been, we'll use this word, they've been bamboozled by Amazon into believing that Exile's Reach, or excuse me, not Exile's Reach, I thought about another bamboozle, to believe that Ebonscale Reach is a new zone with unique NPCs. The Chinese guards that are the musketeers are the exact same as the corrupted guards that are the musketeers here. The large samurai warriors that are using a two-handed sword are the exact same as the large NPC that we just killed inside of that cave. The tigers are the exact same as the wolves and the other cats in the game, like the lynxes. The peacocks that look very cool are just turkeys. And how do you know that they're just turkeys? Because they have the exact same loot table. They drop poultry and feathers just like turkeys do. So now we're gonna go over here and fight this guy here.
I don't think that's really a bad thing. Or
these NPCs are
I don't know.
like the
They've
ogres
just
and the
just like at the
corrupted
start,
zones, they're just like the brutes. So they're
the start of the video, he was talking about how like this game went through so many different development cycles, which is true. It went from like a Rust survival game to like a PvP MMO, and then they tried to mix in PvE later. So they didn't have a lot of time, so they kind of had to copy paste. So I don't think it's a bad. I think they did a good job with what they had. To look on the positive of what he just said there. You know? Anyway.
They're really stupid. They're really, really stupid. So like as soon as you aggro him, he runs away. And obviously if you look at the way that this NPC moves, you'll see that the coding and the way that it's designed is very lacking. Playing New World is like riding a bike, and you only really need to learn how to ride 5 or 6 bikes, and each of the different bikes is an NPC type. And after you do that, you're never going to have to worry about anything again. Oh, I'll also show you how smart these NPCs are. So
he's not wrong.
This is obviously kind of problematic, right? I mean, this guy's right here. I've got 2 NPCs on me. It's not good. He attacked me twice. Like, I've got to watch out for him because he's guarding this chest with his life.
With his life.
All right. So, let's go. Oh, let's go loot this one too. and we'll get this one as well. Yeah, I'm smarter than the computer. And this is pretty much how the game works. So now we have the main boss. Now this boss right here is called the Leviathan of the Deep. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fight him. And I want to show you exactly how this works as a melee weapon too. Whenever I want to actually hit him, and I want you to look to see how many actually attacks that I'm able to do.
His hitbox is
So I'm not able to hit this NPC with most of my attacks.
His hitbox is
And the reason for that is because the NPC's collision box is larger than its hitbox because of the scaling. See, right here, as you can see, I'm facing onto him. I can't move forward anymore, but I'm not able to hit the NPC. And the way this happens is because the scaling for these NPCs is the same, and by increasing the scale and the size of the NPCs, it also increased the collision box accordingly, and by doing that, it caused this problem. And this is one of the end-game outdoor bosses here. And yeah, I think I want to emphasize this again now that there's not really quite as many NPCs around, how big of a problem it is that the collision box for the bosses is, or some of these larger NPCs, is larger than their hitbox. So you have to, sometimes if you face your character looking up in melee and you look up into their asshole and you swing at them, it will cause your attacks to hit. And the only thing that costs you is your own sanity. Now, another one of the end-game activities is corruption portals. Now, the way corruption portals work are very simple. This is a low-level one.
No loot.
Is you just go over here, and you have to kill some NPCs in the area, and then after a while, the portal closes. I'm going to just go ahead and do it myself. I think also, like, the one thing that I would like to see added into the game is for them to add a feature that allows you to turn off combat music. Because I'm sure that you guys have probably had the same experience that I have, and you're listening to the nice, calming, soothing track, and you, oh, this is look at this. This is the same type of NPC that we fought at level 65, and let's see what he's gonna do. He does an attack, and then he does another attack, okay.
Okay, he's honing in on this too much, but that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, legendary.
So this is the same boss or same elite NPC that was there at the level 65 area.
Almost good, kind of. Well,
he does have a lot of health.
I mean,
there we go. All right, so he's dead. And now we just wait right here, and I can use this. Usually these portals take longer than anything else, too. Everything else is much faster. The other types.
Ooh, I'm about to get my.
And so there are the smaller ones like this one, then the larger ones. The larger ones give obviously better rewards, and they require more people. So it's pretty simple, you know, what you can expect to do with that. So an example of the combat music here is like right here. Every time that you aggro these ancient NPCs, please just give us an option and just have a toggle enable combat music, and just take the toggle and allow people to turn it off. We're gonna do Garden of Genesis. This is one of the harder dungeons in the game.
That's where I am right now.
I want to take you guys through Garden of Genesis and just kind of explain to you pretty much how it plays. So this is Garden of Genesis. I can obtain legendaries from this based off of my watermark. So we'll see what we get. So this NPC
It'd be
here
so
is the
funny if you got
exact same
legendaries.
as the level 30 NPCs. So you can see right there, he'll cast a couple of different abilities. This NPC, many of the mini bosses in the game, and by many I mean every single one of them, is actually nothing unique or nothing special. It's just one of the, I don't know why I moved out of my buff there, probably because I'm just talking. It is just higher health versions of existing mobs. There's nothing special about any of these. Looks pretty boring, to be honest. And I think that's really what the issue is that a lot of these dungeons, like if you look at the dungeons from a visual perspective,
oh no,
they are incredible. These dungeons, if you just look at the worlds that that they've made, this is amazing. But the problem is the fact that it's like you have a brand new, like beautiful, like $1 million home, and inside of the home you have a bunch of stuff that you got from off the side of the road. Combat feels so generic and boring. Yeah, like, so he does a grip, he'll like pull you in, and sometimes he'll also pull out the spear and he'll throw it at somebody at range. Pretty easy to avoid. I wasn't paying attention at the beginning and I got hit by it like an idiot. But as you can see here, he pretty much just like gets a stamina bar depleted, and then you just wait for him to do that again. So based off of the color of the bag, you could get a legendary if it's orange like it is there. If it's green, it's a green item. So we'll see if we got a legendary here. I got blight seeds, so unfortunately not. So another little fun fact with the chests is that the chests inside of the dungeons do not scale with your watermark. So even though this is an expedition
fixed. That's
chest,
fixed now. That's
the
fixed now.
items that I'm going to receive from this chest will be item level 500, 502, 505, 509, 504. It's bugged, yeah, and it's been bugged like this for the entire time. But yeah, doing big dick damage in this game does definitely feel good. Okay, all right, here we go, here we fucking go. Nice. See, this is so fucking fun to me. Like, getting these mobs grouped up and like knowing I'm doing max fucking damage to them is awesome. This guy's trying to fucking kill me though. I'll just avoid him. And this game does function the same as like iframes in Dark Souls. Where like basically the if you're in the dodge animation, your character is effectively immune to damage. I don't have any oh, you cannot trade items inside of expeditions.
So low.
So if you want to trade like your friend like a coating or like a potion or something like that, you can't do that because you can't trade items inside of expeditions. So
you can trade now. You can trade now. Just saying.
Yeah, this looks awesome, right?
Trash,
and like
man.
Again, like the Lazarus looks even better. I think Lazarus is an even more cool looking area. So this boss...
Okay, I'm going to skip dungeons. I'll be honest. I'm going to skip dungeons because it's literally what I'm doing right now. I'm spamming dungeons. I'm going to skip this part. We're going to go to towns.
So the towns and the way that the towns progress and the way that they put up, you know, they put up like this little thing for like the guild that's able, I think it's called like Lena or something. The guild that completes or takes over the area. I think this is really cool. Each of the different towns that you go to have these different areas that you can craft things in. Like you go over to the forge, and based off of the tier of the forge, you're able to level up, and you're able to level these up
such a good part
together.
I did,
and through doing that, you unlock other items that you can craft with. I think this is cool. I like this. Overall, I think that the way that the towns are designed to progress over time and for the different work areas to become a higher level based off of how many people are using them, I think this is really cool. And I like this a lot. The towns and being in the towns is really nice. One of the negatives about the towns is the fact that a lot of them, they're very similar. Almost all of the towns look the same. They have the same general layout. They're using the same different buildings. It's very, very much the same. So let's go ahead and take a mental picture of this town right here. And credit to Josh Stripe Hayes for finding this. This is like in Algebra 2, whenever you copy your friend's work and both of you end up failing because it's so obvious that he cheated. Yeah, it's been slightly rotated. So the towns in general, I really like the music in the towns. I like the feel in the towns. Just in general, I enjoy the towns. I think that they're very, very cool. Like my house is pretty much a shithole, but overall it's nice. I wish that there were more reasons to go and visit these other houses in the game. There's not really a whole lot of them. You get to do little small things like milking the cow. You can go pick up the honey. And I love this. This is great. Like you get to do this little thing, and it's just adds a little bit of flavor to the game, and it makes you feel like you're actually interacting with the world. So leveling in the game, although it is extremely repetitive, is in general for me nice. You level up in the game. Basically, the best way to level up for anybody who's not 60 yet is to do these missions here on the town board. You just turn in these different resources, and I think that New World does a really great job of actually giving people who are crafters a meaningful way of leveling up. You can level up in New World to 60 and do almost no combat whatsoever. All you do is you just craft and you gather. And the fact that New World has a system for doing that is incredible. And I do think that the town project boards do get very repetitive. And the questing in general. Let me explain what the questing is, right? So there are 3 quests in the game. There is a quest where you have to kill a certain amount of NPCs. There's a quest where you have to loot a certain amount of boxes. And there's also a quest where you have to loot a certain item.
Didn't they add more quests
NPC.
now or something?
And then, to
I'm
be
reading
fair,
that.
let's just go to number 4. There's also quests where you have to kill one singular NPC. Inside of that right there that I just explained, I have just explained 85% of all of the quests in the entire game. That's it. The questing in the game is the most abysmal thing about it. And if I were to say what one of the most important things for them to do is, the most important things, oh, here we go. Here's 2 more quests that I just randomly picked up. Search for 3 chests and defeat 5 pirates. Well, we've never seen that before, have we? In my opinion, questing would actually be much more enjoyable if the player did not have to run all the way back to the quest giver. If all you had to do was go out into the world and complete the quest, and then the quest would progress on its own, it would actually be okay. I feel like a lot of the frustration occurs because you have to spend 10 minutes running to an area, and then you have to spend 10 minutes running back. And there is already coding in the game that allows you to automatically complete quests once the criteria is met. The way that you know that is that if you ever did any of the 580 weapon quest lines, they automatically complete and automatically reward you whenever you complete the objectives. I don't care about immersion. I don't care about any of this stuff if the immersion comes at the cost of gameplay. Like, for example, I find this incredibly immersive. I look out at this view, and I think this is fucking beautiful. I think that the way this game looks, the rocks, and just looking out over the
rocks,
over the vastness of the game, I think this is fucking amazing. And I love just being in this world. And to me, that is immersive enough. I don't need to have to return the items to the quests. I need to just be inside of a world that makes me feel like I'm in a different place than my room. And then also, like, you have the sounds in the game. Like, you know,
a good point, I guess.
It feels good to do things like this, to mine these things. You have like the echoing of the like the mining, like all of these very small things that are just game feel things. New World has done such an incredible job of being able to just completely nail. The atmosphere of the game is incredible. The problem is that there's not more of it. Just in general, the areas in the game. And I think
nice
also
boulder.
another thing that New World does a very good job at, and this is like something that's like very small that a lot of people might not really notice. But one thing that New World does a very good job at is it does a very good job at cock teasing you. So one example of cock teasing is the fact that this is a low-level zone, but there are level 100 trees in this area. So whenever you're first leveling and you're first playing the game, you get to see those higher level resources that you're not anywhere near being able to cut down, but you can see them, and it creates a goal in your mind for you to work towards. And I think also the way that the trade skills are done, I would like to see another version of trees. Yeah, special trees, like creating more of these different things in the game that you can progress with. The 1 to 100 grind with a lot of professions I think is okay, but one of the big things that's missing out is that usually from 100, you don't get anything until you get up to 175. And what this really creates is a devaluation of the tier 2 resources, because so many people are injecting them into the economy by having to farm them through leveling their professions, that it injects so many of them that it devalues the resource so much that nobody really wants to sell it. So I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about professions in New World and how they work. So let's go back over here. Okay, Forge tier 2. Crafting in this game is really good until you get to level about 100 or so. And I think after you get to level 100, that's whenever crafting turns into being a massive grind. And I want to go ahead and show you guys what that grind looks